These solar panels will not power my entire house, but in an emergency, we can ensure that we have lights, communication, and clean water. Hey y'all, welcome back to Homestead in the City. I'm Zach, and today we're doing an overview of my solar panel setup. So I've gotten a lot of questions about this setup. I figured I'd just make a short video. It's not a very complicated setup. I have two 100-watt panels that I got off of Amazon. I got them this summer on a Prime Day deal, so they weren't too expensive. And I just have them wired. Everything came in the kit that I bought off Amazon. Things are a little messy in here. So the wires from the solar panels come into this charge controller, and the charge controller then charges the battery, and then the battery powers the inverter, and the inverter is what has the outlets. Now, I learned how to do all this from an electrician that has a YouTube channel. I'm not gonna try to get into the how-tos of that. That is not my area of expertise. This was DIY for me. But maybe down the road I'll learn more about electricity and be able to teach it. So here are the outlets on the inverter. We've got two regular 110 outlets, USB-C and two USB-A's. We've also got USB-A on the charge controller itself. So we can plug in a lot of different things to here. One thing to keep in mind when you're looking for inverters is to look at the power that they can put out. This is 1200 watts. It's not going to be able to say power, you know, like a hair dryer or an air fryer that's going to be sucking 1500 watts, but this is going to power the small items like my phone, my Starlink, my well pump. Those all run at 1200 watts or lower. Another thing to keep in mind is your battery capacity. You can see right here, this one has a capacity of 1200 watt hours. So that means if I have an item that is drawing 100 watts, which is roughly what the Starlink was doing at some points, then I could run that for about 12 hours. If I have something that's drawing 50 watts, I can run it for 24 hours. And so you can just do the math on what you need to power and how much capacity you have. So that's why I say we could, in an emergency, run our well pump for enough time to get enough water. We could run the Starlink for enough time to get messages out, and we can charge up our phones. We're not gonna be able to do everything at once with this setup, but we don't need to. I'll say too, other people might have done it prettier. I just have everything on this board. The battery itself is not even attached to that, but I can just pick up this whole board and carry this and my solar panels, put them inside during a storm to make sure they don't blow away or get damaged. And then if we're out of power, I can just run this back out to the greenhouse or throw it in the driveway, and we've got power. Let me know in the comments if you have any other questions. That's about all I can think of. See you on the next video.